Hello students, today we will discuss Social Science Chapter 1 of Civics, the Indian Constitution. In this chapter, there are three concepts. What is Constitution? Why do we need a Constitution? And the Indian Constitution key features. But in this video, we will discuss only two concepts. What is Constitutions and why do we need a Constitution? As let me give one example. You all are playing one of the game. Maybe you are playing football, you are playing volleyball, cricket. In all the games there are some set rules. All the for example, in football you are playing with feet. If you will play with hands, then you will be out of the match, you will out of the game. And cricket is also played by the bat and ball. All these games have some set rules according to which they are played, and each of these rules helps define the game कि which type of game you are playing. अगर ऐसे खेल रहे हो तो ये कौन सी गेम है, अगर बॉल से खेल रहे हो तो ये कौन सी गेम है, and helps us distinguish one game from another. Only on the basis of rules you can differentiate the games, which type of game you are playing and which is this game. Like these games, a society also has consecutive rules that make it what it is and differentiate it from other kinds of society. Like this only, in the constitution also, it is a set of rules. We can say that the constitution also helps us to differentiate what kind of society we are living. So constitution is also giving some rules that we have to follow. Each state or country has to follow these rules, and then only the state or country can be governed smoothly. So with these type of games, with these examples, we can come to know that what is the significance and importance of constitution for our country. In the games they have given different rules, so only we can come to know that this type of game we are playing. In the society also the constitution have given some rules. With the help of that we can come to know whether our country is democratic or monarchy is there. Now what is constitution? Constitution is a set of fundamental principles or established rules according to which a state or other organization is governed. Set of documents. We can say that constitution is basically a set of rules or documents which govern our country or state. They have made the rules. Only that rules we have to follow because different type of peoples are living in India. तो उनके अपने अपने perspectives हैं, हाँ कि ऐसे होना चाहिए, ऐसे होना चाहिए. So many peoples are there, so many castes, and you can say different states are there in India, and they have different ideas and different decisions they want to take. But इनको एक साथ कैसे लेकर आना है वो हम कॉन्स्टिट्यूशंस के रूल्स के अकॉर्डिंग ही कर सकते हैं, उनको वैसे ही गवर्न कर सकते हैं. So the Constitution of India is the supreme law of India. What does it mean कि supreme law of India? India constitution define rules according to which we have to govern. The country is governing. We cannot go beyond these rules. We have to follow these rules strictly, and we cannot move whatever the given in the constitution out of these boundaries. Now we will read here some history, brief history. In 1934, the Indian National Congress made the demand for a constituent assembly. Now, what is the meaning of Indian National Congress? When you will discuss in the modern history, there was British rule in India, and on that time so many peoples fought for the independence of India. One of them is the main, you can say, the Indian National Congress Party. उन दिनों में इनका बहुत था, जैसे आजकल बीजेपी है या और कोई पार्टी है. On that time the Indian National Congress was there, and they demand in front of British that we want to make a constituent assembly. What does it mean, constituent assembly? It is a group of persons, those who are responsible for drafting a constitution. जिन्होंने constitution draft किया था, उनको group of person था. Now you can see here in the picture also, this is the Constituent Assembly, and our first Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, is addressing them, and they are talking with the other persons. During the Second World War, this assertion for an independent Constituent Assembly formed only of Indian gained momentum, and this was convened in December 1946. ड्यूरिंग द सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वार क्या हुआ था कि जब वहां पे सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वार होनी थी, देन द ब्रिटिश पीपल फोर्स्ड आस्क्ड द इंडियंस, यू आर आल्सो सपोज टू पार्टिसिपेट. पर फिर इन्होंने क्या किया, उसका फायदा उठाया कि वी विल कम विद यू, वी विल फाइट on the your behalf, but our one condition is there कि we will form a constituent assembly. तो फिर ब्रिटिश ने क्या बोला कि yes, you can form a constituent assembly, but our person will also be there. But Indian do not want to there the member of British in the constituent assembly. So they have given the condition to them कि we will make independent constituent assembly in which only Indian members will be participating, but we will not allow any British to be there. So because they have the need of Indians, they agree upon this. So during the Second World War, this assertion for an independent constituent assembly formed only of Indian gained momentum, and this was convened in December 1946. Now see, between December 1946 and November 1949, within 3 years, the Constituent Assembly drafted a constitution for independent India. When our India became independent? In 1947. But for drafting the constitution, कितने time लग गया? 3 years लगे draft करने के लिए. Constituent Assembly ने constitution बनाने में 3 years लगाए, because they have seen each and every pros and cons, and before making the rules उन्होंने अच्छे तरीके से उसका पहले देखा कि क्या हमारी कंट्री के लिए बेनिफिशियल है और क्या नहीं. The Constitution of India came into force on 26 January 1950. पता आप सबको ना रिपब्लिक डे कब मनाया जाता है? 26 जनवरी को. सिंस देन द डे इज सेलिब्रेटेड एज रिपब्लिक डे. उस तब से ही हमारे इंडिया में ये रिपब्लिक डे मनाया जाता है. सो यू all will come to know that why this is why your Republic Day is celebrated in India. Now, most important part, have you seen in an every NCRT book, or the first page, there is a preamble. Preamble is a set where they have given, you can say, they have given different rights, whatever the fundamental right of peoples. आपने पढ़े हैं ये सारे पिछली क्लासेस में, justice, liberty, equality, fraternity, और these are the some rules are given in our preambles. I'll read for you here. The people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. When we have adopted the Constitution in November 1949, and when it came into force, it came into force on 26th January 1950. So this is the some rules which are set by the a constituent assembly for our Indian constitution. Now, why does a country need a constitution? In the given pages, there are three stories, one for Nepal and other for the boy who is minding the class, and one is the story that we have read in the previous class. Uh, Now, what are the significance of constitution? First is it lays out certain ideas that form the basis of the kind of a country that we as citizens aspire to live in, or put another way, a constitution tells us what the fundamental nature of our society. We have discussed earlier also कि what type of society is there, कैसी होनी चाहिए सोसाइटी हमारी, उसमें कैसे कैसे इतने कम्युनिटी के लोग रहते हैं तो उनको कैसे एक साथ आगे लेके आना है, ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हमें बताता है. Secondly, the constitution is to define the nature of a country's political system. For example, Nepal's earlier constitution stated that the country was to be ruled by the king and his council of ministers. Then it became independent in 2006. You have read the story. The story is given in your book. The story is given about the Nepal. Earlier, it was there was a monarchy in the Nepal, and after so many years, they fought for the independence, and the Nepal became independent. And when the country is democratic, and there is a very important role, crucial role of the constitution. So students read the story from your book. And there also one more example they have given in your book about the student who is minding the class. uh, Sometimes authorities are when the authority is given to any person, they misuse the authority also. In the democracy, what to do, we have to elect the leaders, and sometimes the leaders misuse the authority. That is also given in the story. And third is the constitution is to save us from ourselves. Now you will it will sound very strange कि how the constitution save us from ourselves. The story is given in the book about a girl who wants to do study, but also she wants to see the watch the TV also, but she has taken a decision. She set a different side and read their books. So sometimes we feel very strong about our decisions, but in the longer, these decisions will helps us. These decisions go against us. For example, in Nepal earlier there was a monarchy. उन्होंने पहले ये चूज कर लिया कि हाँ कोई बात नहीं, हमारे यहाँ पे अगर किंग होगा तो हम उसको फॉलो करेंगे. बाद में उसने क्या करना कर शुरू कर दिया, किंग ने अपने डिसीजंस उन पे थोपने स्टार्ट कर दिए, जिससे वो लोग क्या हो गए, बहुत दुखी हो गए. तो उनको फिर बाद में क्या फैसला लेना पड़ा कि आवर कंट्री शुड बी डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री. Students, whatever given in the book, the stories, that stories you have to read.